You know what this story reminds me of? The Justice Department, in sweeping, unusual fashion, secretly obtaining months worth of phone records for reporters working for the Associated Press. Remember the old fable about the scorpion and the frog? One day a scorpion looked around at the mountain where he lived. He decided he wanted a change. He set out on a journey through the forest and the hills, climbed over rocks and under vines, kept going till he reached a river. The river was wide and swift. The scorpion stopped to reconsider. He couldn't see any way across. So he ran upriver and checked downriver, all while thinking he might have to turn back. Suddenly he saw a frog sitting by the bank of the stream. He decided to ask the frog for help in getting across the stream. "Hello, Mr. Frog," called the scorpion across the water. "Would you be so kind as to give me a ride on your back across the river?" The frog said, well now, Mr. Scorpion, how do I know if I try to help you, you won't try to kill me?" "Because," the scorpion replied, "if I try to kill you, then I would die too, for you see, I cannot swim." Now, this seemed to make sense to the frog, but he asked, "What about when I get close to the bank? You could still try to kill me when we get back to shore." The scorpion said, "This is true, but then I wouldn't be able to get to the other side of the river." The frog said, "All right, then how do I know you won't just wait until we get to the other side and then kill me?" "Ah," crooned the scorpion, "because you see, once you've taken me to the other side of the river, I'll be so grateful for your help it would be hardly fair to reward you with death, would it?" So the frog agreed to take the scorpion across the river. He swam over to the bank, settled himself near the mud to pick up his new passenger. The scorpion crawled onto the frog's back, his claws prickling into the frog's soft hide, and the frog slid into the river. The muddy waters swirled around them, but the frog stayed near the surface so the scorpion would not drown. He kicked strongly through the first half of the stream, his flippers paddling wildly against the current. Halfway across the river, the frog suddenly felt a sharp sting in his back, and out of the corner of his eye saw the scorpion remove the stinger from the frog's back. A deadening numbness began to creep into his limbs. "You fool!" croaked the frog. "Now we shall both die. Why on earth did you do that?" The scorpion shrugged, did a little jig on the drowning frog's back. "I couldn't help myself. It is my nature." Then they both sank into the muddy waters of the swiftly flowing river. That's what this story reminds me of. They are the press and the Obama administration are the scorpion and the frog. And they deserve each other. They really do. The media has been utterly inept and stubborn and consistent in refusing to cover the Obama administration with any degree of scrutiny. They have advocated for this guy. They have been looking the other way. They have turned a blind eye to Fast and Furious, originally to Benghazi, to all these scandals, Obamacare. They haven't done a good job in explaining the costs of Obamacare to the American public. They have absolutely been in the tank for this guy. And guess what? Now, his administration's Justice Department, it turns out, has been secretly stealing private phone numbers, spying on them, basically. Let them both go to the bottom of the river. The administration and the press. The scorpion and the frog. It's absolutely perfect.